We don't have them, so I don't know what they are. What we don't have the authority to do is the county ultimately is the foreclosing agency on the property. We don't have the ability to change that. Once it's in the county's hands, they're the agency that makes the decision. So
well, they've explained to me numerous times that you are the ones that need to recall the taxes from the property from 2015 so that you can forgive the charges. They're charging me 18% interest. The interest alone is almost the amount of the ordinance violations that were charged to the property. The man was a honorably discharged, disabled, 100% Vietnam veteran, and he served his country. And he only bought the property for $20,000 back in 2013. And in 2015, there was $19,000 in ordinance violations written up. Now, Wayne County's got it. They charge 18% a year on the ordinance violations. He was exempt from property tax.
Mr. Chairman, again,
in 1 year. Don't you think that's a little much?
Ma'am, the county's charging you that interest rate, not the city of Taylor.
No, I'm talking about the original ordinance violations that were issued by the city of Taylor.
So my question goes back, did you consider taking them to court and challenging them, A, or did you petition this body?
I tried petitioning the court. They told me that that was an ordinance violation. I had to deal with City Hall.
Ma'am, that's just not accurate. I don't.
I've got copies of the letters that I tried submitting. I tried petitioning the city council. Nobody knew what to do with the papers. I was running around from office window to office window in here one day. My son was with me because he's the heir apparent. Everything's in his name.
Mr. Chair, I just want to say I'm very sorry for all of this, but this is the first we've heard of it. I've not seen anything.
No, it's not the
excuse
first
me.
of it.
As a city council, I've not
The
seen
mayor
anything.
has seen me face to face.
I, as a chairperson or council member, have not seen anything in regards to what you're speaking of now.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to fight for it with lawyers and probate and trying to figure out how to do this, and nobody's got a clear path for me to follow. Nobody.
So through the chair, what would be a suggestion for this resident? Anybody have a suggestion?
It sounds like there's multiple issues going on besides just the ordinance violations, though.
Mr. Chairman, without seeing the facts related to this case, it's impossible for us to suggest anything.
I got a printout of all the ordinance violations that were issued against the property because my ex-husband, the Vietnam vet, now deceased. What am I trying to say? I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. Okay. The ordinance violations, they were just too much. They caused him so much stress that he just, I don't know, don't you people check on anybody? I mean, God, $2,000, $3,000 in ordinance violations. Don't you knock on the door and say, hey, are you okay in there? There should be a program that helps people out who are in a bad spot, and there should be a program to help people rehab their houses before it gets to this.
Ma'am, we have those programs.
What are they? Because you guys are holding it a secret.
No, we're not. We just approved a couple of items earlier in this agenda for housing rehab loans. There's a lot
that
of...
was for people getting down payments, I understood it to say.
Ma'am, that may be
Buy
true,
houses.
but those programs for rehabilitation are available at City Hall. There's many opportunities available. What I would suggest is you come in and bring as many documents as you have so we can try to give you a clear path.
Yeah, when I tried to turn the paperwork into the court, they told me, oh, no, you have to address this with the assessor's office, the ordinance violation people. I got sent from one window to the other. And I spoke with Kimber a lot. I finally said, I feel like a ping pong ball. Between you and Wayne County, all I'm getting is bounced back and forth, and you're wasting my time and frustrating the hell out of me.
Ma'am, in fairness, we're all trying to give you as much advice as we can here tonight with very little to go on. We're listening. I'm sorry that you're emotionally charged tonight, but for us to help you, we would need to see those facts. That's what's going to help us. And
To see the ordinance violations?
we need to see the history of everything that's leading up to this. And then we can maybe give you some guidance of what the next steps are.
You
But-
can't just type 23026 North Line into a computer and bring up all the ordinance violations?
Ma'am, it sounds like it's a little more complicated than that. If the county's already foreclosing on this, there's bigger issues than just some ordinance
Well, they've been
violations.
foreclosing on it since, let's see, if the things were writ in 2015, they started their foreclosure process in 2018, 2019. I was in probate in 2018. I was in probate for 2019. 2020, I had to reopen the probate case, and they won't foreclose on a property that's still in probate. I had to reopen the probate case to address some other things that were not taken care of by the first lawyer. That's not your
Mrs.
fault.
Tanner?
I understand that.
You can meet with the mayor's office. We're not gonna be able to solve this issue tonight. Maybe get together.
As a matter of fact, Kimber is the one that told me to talk to Phil.
And bring
Tapp.
everything that you have, and then we can try to steer you in the right direction. That's what we're trying to do, and, we'll have to go from there. But there's nothing that can be done here tonight.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chair, just a recommendation, get all your facts and information together, and then contact the mayor's office.
Okay.
Okay, does anybody else have anything tonight? Yes, ma'am?
Good evening, Cathy Carroll, 26040 North Line. First, I'd like to say thank you, Councilman Pats and Councilman Gramick, and also Cynthia Bauer for being kind to me and helping with my FOAs. And I'm going to bypass the chairman and ask to speak to the mayor, if that's okay.
You have to come through the chair, yes.
I'm going to
Yeah.
go through the chairman to the mayor.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I have 5 violations that I've set into your administration since January 2nd of this year. None of them have been answered, and every one of them have to do with each individual violation on all of the parking lots that are currently being used for airport parking in the city of Taylor. One of them in particular that we had some conversation on was for all of the violations that have been going on to the Brest Road property. Okay, but you know what I found? One of them, the most important one that did not go in front of the court, was for blight. That entire property, you're telling me that they have maintenance or during that whole stretch you've had trouble with parking lots. Well, how about this guy going in and clear cutting all kinds of trees, bringing in blight to cover 3 feet of nothing but broken concrete, broken asphalt, brick, and then asphalt millings on top of it and parking cars. Another thing, Mr. Manick's property, there is a huge violation over there. There is Article, let's see here, Section 1407, which states, finished grade shall be no higher than 2 feet to the highest point of elevation of adjacent properties to be equal to the isthmian grade to lot lines. Therefore, you know what that means? He's got a 4-foot parking lot back there flooding him out. So I think this is an issue that has to be taken care of very quickly. But the one that really brings me here today, because I'm going to rip up my speech right now, and I'm ripping it up because everything's changed for me tonight. This violation on Inkster Road. Did anybody in here aware, including, what was her name here? Laura? That tree permit has been closed out since January of 2019. If the tree permit is closed out and he put a measly $4,800 into the tree fund and he's still clearing trees, we have a major problem. And what I'm asking you today, I want it shut down until these are addressed and somebody does something about why this is happening in our city. I'm tired of looking at it, and I guarantee you, in this book, I'm going to be turning it into you, Mr. Worley. This is everything I've done since 2017 on these lots. I advise each and every one of you to get a copy of it so that you have it, to go through it all. It will explain everything to you so that you know going on, and then you will all see that your administration is fractured terribly. Nothing gets done. If anybody up here has any questions, I can answer them a hell of a lot better than anybody in here from your city, because I have read that zoning ordinance up and down for the last 4 months. Thank you.
Okay, does anybody else have anything tonight? Yes, sir?
Hi, Jeff Carroll, 26040 North Line. Been around the table all my life, in construction work. We started this project over on Allen Road with me and the two Air Force pilots to start building a parking lot, parking trailers or heavy equipment outside. And we did have a permit. We did have blueprints and everything. Went to Laura, got shot down that the property wasn't zoned for it. So my question to the chair, to the mayor, why is that? They red tagged us, shut us down immediately, made us get our equipment off the project and clean the asphalt up. So my question is from the chair to the mayor, why?
Mr. Chairman, if you said Allen Road, I'm assuming